Madam, thank you. Madam, I'd like to clarify some points made by the Prime Minister, because he referred to me specifically in his speech. I think he has read too much into my omission to talk about happiness and well-being in this recent debate. That doesn't mean that I have abandoned the relevance of such a measurement tool for social progress. And the point which I made in 2011, using Bhutan as the precursor of this discussion, was that they had initiated a tool to measure social well-being that takes into account factors other than economic progress, and that is a model which can be used for other countries to adapt. And if we look at the Bhutan model, what they're talking about is quality of life and social progress indicators. Besides economic well-being, there's environment, physical, mental, political, and social well-being. And I think the Prime Minister would be aware that actually internationally, this kind of search for a balance index has taken an international momentum. And I'd like to ask him with respect whether he agrees that in 2011, Singapore actually sponsored this UN resolution which endorsed the search for alternative indicators to social well-being besides just GDP. And is he aware also that the OECD, for example, is now going headlong into it, looking at how work-life balance, civic engagement, life satisfaction, good governance, and so on. So when we talk about the search for national happiness or well-being, it's not about a feeling, but it is about well-being of the society in a balanced way. And does the Prime Minister not agree that this concept is highly relevant to Singapore? And last of all, we can look at what the government is already doing in areas other than the economy, like education, health, and so on. All these things can be taken into account in the index. But the point is that the search for additional indicators to GDP is highly relevant.
Madam Speaker, if Ms. Sylvia Lim will go to data.gov.sg, she'll find many indicators along the lines she describes. We track them carefully. We add to them all the time. I think we probably have more data even than we want to see. But to believe that if you change to a different metric and you call it GNH instead of GNH instead of GDP, then we will be happier. I'm not sure that is the case. And I think the Bhutanese example shows that it hasn't really worked out the way they wanted it to work out for them. That's all I want to say. We cannot be obsessed with GDP. We cannot be obsessed with economics alone. But we do need to make a living for ourselves. We do need our economy to prosper. And at the same time, we want to make sure that we do well on many other indicators.
Ms. Sylvia Lim. Yes, Madam, I don't mean to belabor something which I know the Prime Minister knows, but this indicator is not about measuring an emotion. I think it's about measuring societal progress in a holistic way, and I'm sure he agrees that that is something good for us.